Welcome back, guys. This is Python test driven development, and in the last video we finished up our member class along with unit tests, and we also introduced integration tests, and we finished that up as well. So by now, guys, I think you guys know the difference between integration and unit tests, right? Unit test tries to go over the flow of the code, whereas the integration test only cares about the result. The result should be correct, right? So there we are not mocking anything, we are not checking the flow of code, we just want correct results, that's it. So we have completed our unit and integration tests for member class. With that, we have completed our member class, and in this video we are going to look into the family tree, guys. Finally, we are going to construct our family tree, and we already had a discussion as to how our family tree will be constructed. Let us just look at our guidelines, and in this guidelines we have family tree, which is going to be a dictionary. The dictionary is going to hold all of our members. The key will be the name of the dictionary, and the value will be the member object itself. Sorry, I mean the key will be the name of the member and the value will be the member object itself, right? With that we have three methods as well: add spouse, add child, and get relationship. Get relationship will obviously call the members relationship, and add spouse will obviously add spouse for a member. Add child will add child for to a member. So without further to do, let us start writing tests. For that, we'll first create our new class, which is going to be familytree.py. We're going to call it family tree, and for now this is going to have nothing in it, right? So with our unit test, we're going to add another unit test called test familytree.py. So as usual, we're going to have unit test import test case. Since this is unit test, it's best to have mock as well as patch, and we have mock as well. So we're going to call this test family tree. This inherits a test case, and our setup is going to be self dot family tree. It's going to be, yeah, we need to import that as well from import family tree. There's a family tree there, so we're going to import family tree over here. Oh, right, sorry guys, this is family tree import family tree, because the folder is called family tree. Inside we have another family tree, so and then from member, obviously we need family tree.member as well, because we are going to be creating a lot of members. Member as well as, I don't think we need gender, do we need gender? Okay, let's just import that for in case we need it. So guys, this is going to be our family tree. So let us first test our initialization, which is the constructor basically. So let us go over to the guidelines. We forgot to add the constructor. The constructor basically takes nothing, guys. It does not take anything, right? So of test initializations should basically have self.assert equal you know what, this is too confusing, let's just call this f3. So self.f3 should have should have a family tree data member and should be an empty list, an empty dictionary, right? Let us test our unit tests, and where is our unit test? So let me reverse search. Sorry about that. If you don't know how to use reverse search, just press Ctrl Shift R and type in, not this, type in unit, and yep, there I get it. So yep, our unit test has failed because it does not have a family tree member. We're going to change that real quick. Or like that. Tree is going to be an empty dictionary. Now, if we run our unit test, things pass. The next unit test that we have, guys, is add child. Takes in a name, gender, and a mother name, right? So let us create that real quick. Test add child, right? So now, guys, let us look at all the edge cases in our add child method, right? The first test case is, the first edge case is mother should be an entity. Otherwise, we return child, we return person not found, right? If mother is a valid entity, then what we do is father should be an entity. Otherwise, again, we're going to not add person not found because mother was found. We're going to return child addition field because father was not found, right? Since we have since mother is a valid entity and mother dot spouse, that is father, is also a valid entity, what we need is, we'll create a member, create member, and then set mother, add child for mother and father both. Success when it comes to, we create a member, add child of mother and father both, set mother and set father for member, right? Then return child addition succeeded. That's how add child is going to be, right? So let us first create a child, and so guys, let us have a look at what things we are going to have to mock. So add child, we are going to have to mock add child, we are going to have to mock set mother and set father as well, and we will also mock the member class, so that we just know that things have been called properly. We are not going to check the actual value for this. We are not going to check for return types. That is going to be in the integration test, right? So mother should be an entity, of course. That So if mother is not an entity, of course we're not going to return anything. So guys, the thing about unit test is, we are not we are going to just mock things out here. So first thing, let's test an invalid mother, right? So first thing we need to do is, we need to create a member. And we are not going to create a member. What we are going to do is, we are going to return a fake member. So yeah, let's try this out, guys. So family tree dot member dot member. Yeah, so we're going to actually mock this whole thing now. So we're going to say mock member, right? So the first thing that's going to happen is mock member when we say self dot f-tree dot add child is called with nothing. This will basically give us an error, and yep. So by the way, it takes in a name and gender and the mother's name, right? So let's just give it a name as well. Let's give it so it's not going to take in an ID. We're going to give it a gender, and we're going to give it a mother's name, which is going to be mother. And when we do that, the first thing that's going to be called is mock member dot assert called with. It's going to be called with this. Basically, this is what it's going to be called with. So let's test this out. Family tree object has no attribute add child, of course, because we have not created the add child method yet. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to import member from FamilyTree dot member import member. Why am I not getting this? I am in the FamilyTree class, so from FamilyTree dot member import member and gender. I mean, should be just member. This should work ideally, and member will be takes in a name, gender, and it's going to take in mother name, right? So the first thing that it's going to do is calculate the ID, and I'm going to call it hash. Why is this a keyword? Oh, sorry, it's my bad. Alright, so the ID is going to be self.familytree.keys. So if you don't know what keys does in Python, if you have a dictionary, say X, A, and A gives us 1 and B gives us 1, so X dot keys is going to be A dot B. So length of X dot keys is going to be 2, right? So in this case, what we are going to do is ID will be length of keys plus 1, as in each member is going to be going to have a new ID. Since we don't support deletion over here, as in member can't be removed from the family tree, so we are never going to have, so there's never going to be a case where suppose I add A over here, family tree, and this is going to have an ID of 1, right? Next time what I do is, next time when I add B is automatically going to have an ID of 2, right? So what if I remove A later on? If I remove A, the length of family tree dot keys will be 1 and plus 1 will be 2, but B already has an ID of 2, right? So that should not be the case. But in this case we don't have deletion, so we can't remove A at all, right? So that's why we're good with the ID. So this is going to be name and gender. So right now mother is going to be none, right? So what is wrong here? Unused variable. Okay, fine. Right, so not called. actual is not called. Okay, so we did mock FamilyTree.member over here. So what's going to happen is we're going to see if the member was actually mocked or not, right? For that we're going to use, and let us look at member. So it is FamilyTree.member, guys. We were unsuccessful in mocking. Okay, I'll tell you why. The thing is, we're mocking FamilyTree.member, and this is also using FamilyTree.member, but the member here belongs to FamilyTree.member. Okay, so it belongs to this file, FamilyTree.member. It's not FamilyTree.member anymore, because this member has been imported and it belongs to this particular namespace over here. So that was the mistake I did. So FamilyTree.member. Now if we look at it, now if we import pdb over here, and this member should be mocked, right? Earlier we mocked this member, right? We need to mock this member, and you might be thinking, we are basically using the member class, and we are basically, if we mock that, then this should also be a mock, right? No, it does not work that way. Once member has been imported into a particular file, whenever it is used, it is considered to be part of the particular file where it is imported in, not the source. So now it should be mocked. So let us look at the member. See, now it is mocked. So I hope you understood the difference, guys. Basically what we had done was we had mocked the constructor of the source, the FamilyTree.member, but the constructor that we were using belonged to this file, right? We were using the constructor over here. So this is where we need to mock the file, I mean mock the class. So you see, guys, so the actual call was made with one zim mother, so that was my bad. Not this way, it was made with one zim mail. And yep, our first initialization passes. So now what's going to happen is, the next thing that we have is our mother should be an entity, right? So I'm going to keep it short for this video. I hope you because I want you to look at what we just did. In the next video we are going to actually work with mother being an entity, and then mother dot spouse being an entity, and all that. So until then, uh, we are just going to have to wait it out. I don't know what I just said. I am making no sense right now. So I really hope you guys understood the concept behind the mocking within a certain file, right? If you didn't, please watch the video over again, and I hope you guys understand the underlying concept. So with that, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I'm going to keep it short. So bye.